Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Early Stoppage MMA podcast, where today we're going to go over this weekend's card, where in the main event, Jared Cannonier takes on the one and only RoboCop. So let's dive right in. How are we feeling about this first fight?
Um, we're talking about Juliana Villa versus
Yes,
Jacqueline Cavalcanti.
yes.
Um, to be honest, I did not care,
I don't. I
but
don't either.
I'm taking Cavalcanti just because the name's fun.
Yeah, well, she was on this contender series, wasn't she? I
Yeah,
feel
I think
like
so.
she was pretty impressive. Like, yeah, I why not? I'm gonna go with
She
that.
looks good. Why not?
All right, so moving on. Heavyweight, a heavyweight bout between Walter Walker
Yes,
and Don'Tale Mays. You are the heavyweight enthusiast of the two of us, so I will let you
ranked
take this one
Dante
away.
Mays.
Yeah, ranked
Call
Don'Tale
him
Mays.
by the full name here. He's ranked. Should he be? No. Uh, dude, we got Johnny Walker's brother, who I think we talked about this before, where there's always a bad brother.
Yes,
There's always a brother that can't live up to the hype whenever there's a really good brother.
yes.
And I mean, Johnny Walker's pretty good, but I have high hope for Walter Walker. So I'm taking him over Dante Mays, and we're going to get two ranked Walkers
Yeah,
in the UFC.
I am also going to take Walter Walker. And it's not even that Walter
Are
Walker is
you?
necessarily
Okay.
that good, it's just, it's heavyweight, and
Yeah.
Don'Tale Mays has not looked incredible. So
Dude, he's ranked. What are you talking about?
that's so true. Sorry, I shouldn't
And
disrespect.
to be fair, Dante Mays has the longer reach, which is kind of crazy.
Damn.
Walker's a little younger, but Dante Mays has 81-inch reach to Walter Walker's 78 and a
Oh
half.
my god.
They're both
Ah,
6'5". Dante Mays is a lot bigger than I thought he was.
yeah.
I didn't know Dante Mays was 6'5",
Yeah,
but
wow.
I'm still taking Walker.
Yeah,
I
I'll take
just
Walker.
all right. I'm
Um,
excited for that.
yeah. So moving on, we'll do this bantamweight one between Vince Morales and Elijah Smith. I'm gonna go Elijah Smith.
Are you
Yes.
okay? The young guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
Was
the
he a
contender
contender
series
series guy?
fella.
Okay. Um, I'll take Vince Morales. We get
Okay.
a fraud check.
For a good
Uh,
fraud check. Yeah, why not?
yeah, why not? I there's a big age difference. 12-year age difference in this fight. Elijah Smith's only 22.
Yeah.
Um, but I think Elijah Smith will probably win. But upset alert. Don't
Yeah.
put your money on it though.
Yeah, it just feels like one of those fights where it's kind of a changing of the guard or a cycling of UFC roster slots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like Vince Morales is like prime candidate to just kind of be like taken over by a contender series alum.
It does add up. It makes sense. Oh, actually, I really liked Elijah Smith when he fought in the Contender Series.
Yeah.
I actually really like. I was a big fan of him when I watched him. I'm switching. Elijah Smith was really good.
That's all good.
I didn't know that was. I had to see the face. I pulled up a picture and I was like, oh wait, it's that guy. I remember his appearance on Contender Series, so that means something.
Yeah, which yeah, great
Um,
sign.
and he's not undefeated. We've been seeing the undefeated
Yeah,
streaks fall.
undefeated this year is bad omen apparently.
It's been kind of rough.
Um,
We've lost a lot,
yeah,
but yeah, no, I'm gonna take it Elijah Smith. Come on,
sounds good.
I you know
I'm with you.
okay. Well,
So
I'm with you. I joined your side,
yeah, that's true.
so
So moving on to the next one, we got Gabriel Bonfim versus Chaos Williams.
mm,
This should be a banger. I'm expecting this to be one of the better fights on the card.
it should be. We get both Bonfim brothers
We do.
this weekend,
We
which is
do.
sick. And you were talking before the video. This is a replacement match. Chaos is right.
Yes, it was
Is
supposed
there
to be
okay?
Renat Fakretnov, which would have been so good.
Oh yeah, they're both good.
They
I mean, it
are.
didn't really get much worse.
Yeah.
This is solid here.
Oh yeah, I agree. It's not too much of a loss. Who
Uh,
you picking?
I'm leaning the Bonfim. I'm leaning towards Gabriel.
I think I am too. I think Cass Williams is good. Um, he's only really lost. His only recent loss was to Randy Brown, and I think Randy Brown is
Yeah.
good. So I don't think that's a horrible loss necessarily.
Yeah.
But just Bonfim has looked outside from the one loss that he had where he kind of got fraud checked. I mean, he's looked really good. There was a reason he
Yeah.
was hyped up, and I think that he'll go out
It,
there and he'll put on a good performance.
it's very possible though. I mean, someone's probably gonna get finished in this fight chaotic.
Yeah,
I mean, Chaos Williams is chaotic.
yeah,
You know, this is a match that's made to put eyes on the prelims
yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
So I could totally see Chaos Williams is not bad. This is
Nope,
not a gimme fight for Bonfim,
nope.
but I think I'm leaning towards him.
Yeah.
I, don't- I
Not to mention
he's
it's
20 years
short
younger.
notice for Cass Williams. I don't know how much
Wow.
of a
What
factor
if
that'll be, but it's something.
what if I give you these numbers? Do you want to hear the reach numbers between these guys?
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay. So Gabriel Bonfim's at 72.5-inch reach.
That is
Chaos Williams is 77
yeah,
inch reach.
yeah,
There's a 4.5-inch difference. Um,
yeah. I mean,
does that change your mind?
no, I'm still gonna go with Bonfim.
It doesn't mean either. But I mean, it's something to look out for.
It is. I'm glad that you brought that up because I did not know that at all.
That's kind of crazy. I've just kind of followed around as we talk here.
Oh, that's
It's
good. I like you're the stat
kind of a
man.
nuts. We have a crazy reach match in this next flyweight bout.
Really? Okay. You want to hit us with the
Yeah,
stats?
yeah. I'll give you the stats. Estevam has a 69-inch reach to Jesus Aguilar's 62.5-inch reach.
Wow. Okay.
So, and he's also 5'7" to Jesus Aguilar, who is 5'3".
Yeah.
But Estevam is undefeated, so might have to watch out for this. And Jesus Aguilar is decent.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always felt that every year the UFC kind of has a theme where like
Mm-hmm.
things just happen, and
That's true.
it's kind of similar. It's like a conspiracy theory, I guess. And for me this year, I'm starting to think, damn, maybe today this is the year that like just undefeated fighter just purge. You know what I mean? Like all
It
these
is.
undefeated fighters just lose their O's.
It's very possible. Is Estevam is that a contender series guy?
I don't know off the top of my head. I know I've watched him
I
fight and I've found him impressive, but I
I
don't
think
remember.
it may be a contender. I'm pretty sure he's a contender series guy.
Yeah.
I could check quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Who you picking?
I'm picking Estevam.
Okay.
I'm despite the undefeated potential curse. I'm gonna pick him. I think Jesus Aguilar is good. Um, no disrespect there. I do think Estevam is just very solid, impressive looking.
Okay. So he was a 2022 contender series alum,
Yeah.
and he has had one fight against Charles Johnson
Yes, and that's
in
I
flyweight.
remember that fight in
Yeah.
particular, and I remember
He
thinking like,
he,
whoa.
he unanimous decisioned over Charles Johnson.
Yep.
And I'm leaning the same exact place. We haven't been much different on these prelims, but Estevam should beat Jesus Aguilar.
Yeah. All right,
All right.
I'm satisfied with that.
Next. All right.
Let's move on to the final card or final fight of the prelim. Angel Hill versus Ketlin Souza. I'm gonna go with Souza. I think Angela. If you would have asked me a while back, maybe I would have picked Angela Hill because I do think Angela Hill is kind of a dog and kind of epic.
Yeah.
But she's like 40. She's so old. So
He is
I think it's
40.
like end of the road for her.
She's also 17 and 14.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's
Yeah. Give her a ranking spot, bro. Give her 15. Why not? It adds up.
it's a crazy record, but she is a veteran. She's pretty cool. Yeah, I think Angela Hill is kind of sick. It's just not, it's end of the career. I think it's about time that this has to be near the last fight of her career.
Yeah. I feel the exact same way as you, but I'm gonna pick Angela Hill. I
Nice.
I want her to win. I just want her to win, to be honest with you.
Oh, me too.
I don't care that much, but I want her to win, so I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. I'm picking her.
I admire that.
Okay.
I totally agree.
Yeah, I
I want her
appreciate
to
that.
win. I just, the age and everything has just made me pick against her, unfortunately. I'm not really picking
They
for Souza.
Is this a ranked matchup, by the way? Are these ladies are ranked?
I
Oh, Angela Hill is 13. Okay.
Yeah.
The odds are at pick'em right now. We haven't talked much
Oh,
about
dang.
odds. Did this fight get moved? Where is that? I just found a new fight that it must have got moved. Hold on. Jared Gooden?
Oh.
His-
I guess we're rolling with whatever this is. Should we just move on to the
Alright.
main card, do you think?
Yeah, no, 100%.
All
It
right.
got canceled, by the way.
Oh, well, there you go,
We're
everyone.
good.
um. Okay, so a featherweight bout between Connor Matthews and Jose Delgado.
Honor
I'll be
Matthews.
full transparency. I
Yeah.
do not know who either of these two are. I do not recall ever watching either of these dudes fight. I'm sure I
I
have, but
I
I
have
don't
seen
remember.
Connor Matthews. I think is he Canadian? Maybe was he? No, he's not Canadian. I think that Connor Matthews was on looking for a fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh no, he was a Contender Series guy. I'm lying to you. 2023. I've heard the name is where I got this. He had a Contender Series fight in 2023, and
Gotcha.
then lost his debut
Gotcha.
against Dennis Bazooka.
Huh. Okay. Who you picking in this one?
I'm gonna take Connor Matthews.
Okay.
I don't know who Jose Delgado is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna take Jose Delgado just because coin
Yeah,
toss.
yeah,
Why not? I'll pick him.
yeah. We can't all pick the same thing.
No, exactly. That would be irresponsible. So,
That would silly. Why would we do that?
you know. So let's move on then to the next fight, which is a middleweight matchup between Rodolfo Vieira and Andre Petroski. I am going Rodolfo Vieira in this one.
Yeah, we're gonna pick the same here for sure. I can't pick Petrosky.
Yeah,
I won't do it.
Petroski's been pretty. Feels like he's been fairly inconsistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Enough that I'm like, I think Vieira could probably get this one done. It is unranked middleweight though, so it's not the strongest division,
you
the
never know.
strongest pool
He
of
might get
fighters,
ranked
but
tomorrow. You might
that's
want to
so
watch
true.
out what you're talking
It's
about.
so
We never
true.
know what's gonna happen anymore.
Yep. I mean, hey, who knows what the future
Rankings
holds for
video
the
coming soon,
middleweights?
maybe.
Um, maybe you
Maybe.
all will just have to tune in. um, yeah. I mean, do you have anything else to add to this one?
No, not really. To be
Nice.
honest.
All right, now see, this is where I actually start having some opinions.
Yes, this is when it gets a little bit more fun for sure.
Yes. So, who do you got in this lightweight matchup between Ismail Bonfim and Nazim Sadikov?
This is tough. This really is tough. Do we get both Bonfim brothers winning in our hypothetical world? It seems likely, I will say, but Sadikov is he's impressed me.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, for what he's done, and
I
I think I have to stick to the plot though. Both Bonfim
You're
brothers
going
win
both
on the same
Bonfim
night.
brothers.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna stick to the plot. I think both Bonfim brothers will win this Saturday night.
Okay. I'm gonna pick Nazim. I I think that Ismail Bonfim, like after he KO'd Terrence McKinney, dude, I swore up and down he was gonna be like a top 5 lightweight.
Oh yeah,
And then he proceeded to have some pretty lackluster and uneventful fights, losing, rounds and performances. And
that did happen.
yeah, and I think maybe there is a ceiling, and I think maybe he hit that ceiling, and he
Oh,
Sadikov
that's fair.
hasn't slowed down and showed like adversity the same way that I have felt as that Bonfim or that Ishmael Bonfim has. So
I'm picking solely on the plot, by the way.
that's
Like
hey,
I want the brothers to win. I'm rooting
that's
for
how
it.
it works, man. The UFC has a script, and that's just how it all
I
comes together.
maybe
So
we have a copy. Maybe we
yeah,
have.
it's weird because Bonfim, sometimes his striking just looks so amazing, and other times it's like he just can't get anything off, and I'm just gonna I'm just gonna pick against him.
Oh, I don't blame you, man. This was tough for me. I'm picking solely off the plot though.
Yeah,
Is should Sadikov win? Probably.
yeah,
In my head, and Bonfim's the favorite, by the way.
interesting. Okay,
So I am kind of shocked by that. To
yeah,
be
I am
honest with
too. I think I'm still gonna go with Sadikov, even though I know
you.
that.
Yeah.
I think this
No,
is
I
another one of the
I
situations where, like, as much as I want Bonfim to like be this rising contender and star, I
yeah.
have just seen some weaknesses that kind of point to me as like he isn't gonna be that, unfortunately. So
Yes. I I'm in the same boat, but
but you're going with
You
it.
know, the plot
The
thickens.
plot, the plot.
All about the plot today. I don't know. We got another middleweight
Yeah, yeah.
belt.
Look at this.
This
So
is
many
like the 10th
freaking
middleweight
middleweights
belt.
on this. Oh my god.
Last week too. Um, Edmund Shabazian versus Dylan Budka,
Yep.
and if I'm not mistaken, Budka fought Petrosky and lost.
Yes, I believe
And
that's
we were
true.
just talking about how we were not impressed by Petrosky,
Yes.
and I've been impressed by Shabazian.
I was just gonna say I am gonna pick Shabazian. I think Shabazian
Yeah,
is just one of those weird fighters where he's in kind of like a Gerald Mearshart esque point
they
where
just
he's just
fought
gonna win
in
one,
August.
lose one as like a gatekeeper at middleweight.
Yeah. He has the scary name though, dude.
He
He
does.
has the he has a name that looks good on the resume.
Yeah,
Like you fight this guy on your way to the belt, and it holds a little bit more weight
yeah.
than if
People
you
are
beat
like,
a guy like
whoa.
Dylan Budka. If you beat a
Exactly.
guy named Dylan on the way to the belt, it doesn't really help out,
Yeah,
the resume. But Edmund Shabazian,
it's like whoa.
that looks good until you find out he's from America, and then you're like, oh, interesting. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna pick Shabazian, and I think that's the safe choice and hopefully the right choice.
yeah,
Dylan Budka is 0-2 in the UFC. Pulling out the stats here, he lost to Cesar Almeida and
yeah,
Armin Petrosyan.
yeah. This to me just screams fight to get Budka cut from the roster.
Yeah, yeah, probably. That's
Um,
probably true.
yeah. Are we both? So we're both picking Shabazian then.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Sick. Fair. Then let's move on to this co-main where we've got a
Uh,
featherweight matchup between Calvin Cater and Yusuf Zalal.
my absolute least favorite featherweight of all time, and the son of my favorite, Aljamain Sterling. Calvin Cater, I want him to lose this fight and get cut. If you can cut Rosenstruck, you can cut Calvin Cater. He
Yeah.
got he got 10-8 3 rounds in a row. I don't care if they gave him 10-8s, but it was a 10-8 every single round against Aljamain Sterling. And Yusuf Zalal is going to knock this fucking guy out. And
Yeah.
I'm picking Zalal, by the way.
I'm also picking Zalal. I don't quite have
I
that.
I want Calvin Cater cut. I'm going above the fact of just picking Zalal. I want Zalal to beat him so bad that Calvin Cater gets cut, and maybe I will see him in my second favorite promotion, the GFL.
You know?
If I see Calvin Cater in the GFL, I will not be too upset, to be honest. That's where he probably belongs.
Yeah. At this point in his career, I mean, at one point Calvin Cater was good and a threat at featherweight. He was looking good, but I think that Max Holloway masterclass beatdown changed
Yeah,
the trajectory of
he
his
he
career.
really did.
And then from there, it was like he just couldn't get anything off. Even in that fight where he was up against, I think that the injury against Arnold Allen only
Yeah.
sealed the fact that like, if nothing else, if not skill,
Yeah.
injuries are going to keep this dude from really being kind of a mainstay or a serious contender in the weight class. And I think he's also getting older too. I mean, he was getting older in that Arnold Allen fight, and that was like 2 years ago. So
It is true. I'm
I
surprised that this guy. I mean, it makes sense where he's at, where he's fighting an unranked dude like Zalal, who is, fairly proven.
yeah,
Just because, we'll say whatever you want to say. If he was not ready for Aljo, or Aljo was just above and beyond the one of the greatest fighters ever that night, um, he should get one more. But if he loses to Zalal, you could probably get rid of him.
yeah,
They've been purging the roster recently. So I don't see why not. Why
yeah.
why would you keep Cater around but not Biggie Boy?
I agree. And featherweight
Yeah.
has a strong pool right now of like
Oh,
unranked
dude.
talent that is just itching to get into the rankings. So
It was Zalal. Dude, Zalal's one of them. Zalal's
I
good.
I know, man. So I think that this is just it is again another one of those changing of the guard fights. That's kind of the theme I feel like of this card is so many. I mean, even the main event is a representation of this. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going with Zalal. I think Calvin Cater's time is up. As good as his boxing is, as good as his striking is, I don't think he's going to have too much success. And I think his age is going to kind of be catching up to him.
This next fight makes me sad. to be honest.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm conflicted about it as well.
It's a little upsetting because and listen, I love RoboCop. Maybe not love. I like RoboCop. I love Jared Cannonier in terms of fighters. Like if there was a tier list, Jared Cannonier is above RoboCop for me.
Yeah.
In terms of likeness. This sucks. This really sucks.
I mean, I love it.
Jared Cannonier has had it's a great fight. It's a great fight. But Jared Cannonier has had a rough past year.
Yeah.
And man.
I think I listen. Jared Cannonier is awesome. He's had some great.
No,
fights.
no. I know what you're gonna say, and I want to say the same thing. I just don't know if I can spit it out.
I can spit it out. I'm going Rodrigues.
Okay.
I'm going RoboCop. I think
Okay.
RoboCop fucking rules. I think that
He does.
he
Dude.
has
He
so
fucking
much
does.
promise. He's so entertaining, and I don't think he'll ever get to the belt or win a belt or anything. But he'll be such an He'll be like a Vicente Luque-esque fighter in the division. And I think this is the perfect time, perfect setup for him. Not to say that Jared Cannonier can't do it, because I do think he can. It's just all the damage he's taken, especially recently. People have been catching him, and it's been harder and harder for him to recover, and he has. To be honest with you, I mean, that last fight should have been a TKO.
Yeah.
It really should have been. But he went to decision. I only think that was worse for him. I just don't. I think his age and everything is catching up to him. I mean, he's looked slower too. He really starts to slow down over 5 rounds, and Gregory Rodrigues will fucking take punishment and deal punishment. I don't either.
I don't think this is going 5 rounds.
I don't either. I mean, you look even.
Is it possible that Cannonier could do it? I 100% think there's obviously a chance that Jared Cannonier. He's still very good, even though he's like 40 or 41 now.
Yeah, but I mean,
he hasn't looked bad. Like even against Imavov, he was doing fine.
Yeah,
and he got caught. I talk really bad about that stoppage, like everyone else kind of does. But he was hurt.
Yeah, I agree.
He was 100% hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm also just kind of glazing Cannonier a little bit whenever I talk about that that fight.
Yeah. And it's hard too, because you look at that and I've been an apologist for not that it was a good stoppage, but that I did think that Imavov was on his way to win that fight, and I think especially seeing Imavov's last performance, probably was on his way to win that fight.
It makes sense. It really does. And another thing when I'm thinking about this, right? First of all, let me say I'm taking RoboCop by KO, TKO, in probably the first half of the fight. But if Cannonier can pull this off, who is he fighting next?
Cannonier?
Who is he? Yeah, if Cannonier, if he pulls this fight off, what does he do? Can we fight up? Because at that point he'll probably go up 1 point in the rankings, right?
Yeah.
And so he'll be number 6 in the rankings. He probably can't fight up again, and then he's got to fight some other young guy.
Yeah, he'll fight some up.
The opportunity to fight, he'll fight a ranked guy probably if he wins this.
Yeah.
But just for the opportunity to fight up again, he has to win not only this fight, but then another ranked fight against a young up and comer, I'm sure. Right?
Yeah. I mean, he's in a bad spot right now. Win or lose, it's not a good position for him.
You know what I would not be totally opposed to is that if he wins this fight, have him fight Paulo Costa. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. My thing is I think that if he loses this fight, he gets one more fight as a retirement fight.
Yeah,
in front of a crowd. I think it should be in front of a crowd. I don't think it should be an Apex event. This man is kind of a legend in his own right at middleweight in this era.
Agree.
And he's done amazing things. He deserves a retirement fight on a pay-per-view or something, just a fun one in front of a crowd.
Yeah, no, I agree. It sucks.
Yeah.
If RoboCop wins this fight, though, I'm not. I mean, I'll be sad because Jared Cannonier lost, but I will be very excited for the future for RoboCop because he'll be top 10.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, we don't really know what they're gonna do with the rankings anymore.
Yeah.
But if you beat the number 7 guy, you should probably be top 10.
Yeah.
Even if he's at 10, but
yeah.
he'll be fighting up again too. So are we gonna get like RoboCop versus Whitaker? That would be fucking crazy.
That'd be so cool. I
Oh,
really am.
there's some crazy fights for RoboCop.
Yeah, I'm very. The future is really cool if he winds up winning.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because he has to go through like maybe my first or second favorite middleweight,
Yeah.
but
After what he did to in his last fight to Christian Leroy Duncan, I mean,
yeah,
and it
dude.
was like a masterclass, just a night and day difference. And like he just deals so much damage. Jared Cannonier hasn't been knocking like anybody out in recent years.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just
it's a rough time.
I think this is
A
RoboCop's fight
really
to
rough
win.
time.
So final pick.
Dude, what if we get okay? Yeah, no, I'm picking RoboCop, but
Yeah,
I just got
same.
an idea.
What?
What if Bo Nickel goes up and fights 41-year-old Jared Cannonier
Oh, yeah,
if
that's
he
so
loses this fight?
true. That's so true. I could see them doing that.
Oh,
That's
that kind of
disgusting.
sucks.
Don't even say that. Rant video coming
Well,
soon.
yes, yes. That dude, that's probably your featured fight at MSG this year.
Oh my god,
Just
don't
be
say
ready.
that. Oh, don't say that. But you're
We're
probably
getting
right.
Bo Nickel on
Yeah,
MSG. You know we
probably.
will.
You don't. Oh my god, I threw up in my mouth a little thinking about that.
Ah,
All right.
damn.
I think that's it for the video. Thanks for
That's
joining us,
it. That's
everybody.
it for this one.
Yeah, this card looks pretty fun, all things considered, especially for a
It's a great fight night.
Apex cards. Yeah, it's just a very
Fantastic
entertaining
fight
one.
night.
So,
Except for Calvin Cater.
except
But
wow. um,
I'm a hater,
yeah.
I guess.
So
He wins
we'll
all
join
the
you
idiot.
next weekend when we make our picks for UFC Seattle, Cejudo versus Song Yadong. That card
Ooh.
looks amazing. Very excited for that one.
Talk about fight night.
So yeah, have a good week, everybody. Leave your picks in the comments below. Criticize ours, and have a good one.